All right, guys, let's hope the stream works better tonight. The Utah Jazz got a win against the Indiana Pacers. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Pacers. Let's talk about the Jazz. It's the Hoops Nerd postgame show. Right, guys, before we get into this, let's just give a shout out to our sponsor, PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com, download the PrizePicks app on your phone, use promo code HoopsNerd, and they will match up to $100. If you haven't already, it's a lot of fun. Go do it. It's one of my favorite things. It's a blast. Go to prizepicks.com, use promo code HoopsNerd. It supports the channel. I would really appreciate it. Go do that. All right, let's talk about the Indiana Pacers, and then we'll talk about the Utah Jazz. This was kind of a battle of who could lose the game, and Indiana lost the game, and in that way they won. But let's bring up let's bring this up here. Let's make me small. By the way, I still feel like garbage, guys. I feel like garbage. But we'll get through this. But whew, I've had this like head cold for like a week, and it's like kind of getting better, but then today I just felt like, ugh. All right. What the heck? This is the first thing I noticed. I mean, I know Kelly Olynyk had a good shooting night, but 4 for 4. I think I have a little hope for this Jazz draft pick just by that glance right there, but it's crazy how much better the Jazz are playing just after that trade deadline. It's crazy. They are trying to lose, but let's talk about the Pacers first. They tried to rest Tyrese Haliburton and their center. I always forget his name, Miles Turner, and Tyrese Haliburton ends up playing and nearly won the game for them. I mean, he was amazing tonight. 30 points, 12 assists. He really is a gifted passer, and he really finds a way to score. You can tell when I watch this Pacers team. I mean, I'm always surprised by that Lakers pick that they wanted. They wanted Miles Turner and what's his bucket? Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, and they don't impact the game. I mean, obviously Turner didn't play tonight, but I just don't feel like Buddy Hield is an impact player that wins you games, especially tonight. Look at this: 3 for 13 from the field, 2 for 11 from 3. I've just never really seen him be a player that's just like, oh man, this team is winning because of him. He leaves Sacramento, and Sacramento's better after he leaves. He leaves New Orleans, and they didn't miss him at all, and so I never really understood that. This Indiana Pacers team is going to get a nice pick in the draft. They're probably going to end up 6th in the standings, maybe 5th if they're continuing to intentionally tank like they're doing. I mean, that's one difference between the tank with the Jazz and with the Pacers. The Pacers are actually resting players to lose games. That's the difference. That to me is actual tanking. When people say the Jazz are tanking, no, they're not. They're actually trading away all their vets, and they've traded away almost everyone that they don't care about having a future with on the team, so that they can play young players and rookies and develop guys. The thing is the young players and the guys the Jazz are developing are incredible. And the same goes for the Pacers. I mean, you look at Tyrese Haliburton, Benedict Mathurin is freaking awesome. So that duo is going to be amazing. Sometimes I wonder why Mathurin doesn't start, and it's probably because Buddy Hield's not I don't know. I'm not very pro Buddy Hield. And I feel like he kind of holds this Pacers team back, to be honest. Like, they should have traded him to the Lakers, and they probably would have got better, to be honest. And so, I don't know. I'm not a big Buddy Hield fan. I did like Aaron Nesmith when the Celtics drafted him, and I was surprised how he struggled so much to start, because he was one of those players that I felt like was going to come into the NBA and just, like, be a nice rotation player. It's taken him more time, but it feels like he's getting better. And he's figuring things out. Tonight he was awesome. 7 for 9 from the field, 4 for 5 from 3. And he looks bigger than you think. I don't know how big he is actually in reality. 6'5", so he's not quite as big, but he seems bigger than that to me. Just when I watch him, I just watch players, and some players just play with size, and he's one of those guys. He just seems like strong. And so Nembhard's the one that had that triple-double and had some big-time nights. Tonight he did not. Freaking Nembhard. You could have helped the Jazz get a better draft pick tonight, you stink. Anyways, 2 points for him, and he shot the ball twice. So congrats on that night. Isaiah Jackson was freaking awesome in that first half. He had some monster blocks. Look at that, 4 block shots. He was impacting the game, and only played 26 minutes. But man, he was really nice. And Jordan Nora, I think they got him in the just recent trade deadline, I believe. 1 for 2 from 3 tonight. He hit the 1-3 and looked okay. KJ McConnell double dribbled the ball once. Like, what in the world? How does that even happen? 4 for 5 from the field, 8 points. I mean, double dribbled with 2 hands. I haven't seen that maybe in a long time. Not maybe. I don't remember the last time I've seen someone double dribble with. They have that on. They don't do the turnovers just so the players don't get the. Here, actually, I think we do. Are we going to get demonetized? Let's see. Bad pass, turnover. I think it's this one. So he just gets like caught up here and like. That was just yucky. That was gross. TJ McConnell. What even? Pass the ball, okay? He's just scared. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Anyways, that's all I got to say about the Pacers. They're probably going to get a nice pick. And if they can pair someone with Tyrese Haliburton, they are going to be really, really good. And then, of course, you have Benedict Mathurin. I mean, if they get like a wing in this draft, one of the top wings, like if this team gets Brandon Miller, if they get lucky and jump to like the 3rd spot, I mean, they're going to be really fun, you know? So good for them. They won. They tanked better than the Jazz tanked, I guess. Let's talk about the Utah Jazz. How about that? Let's see. The Utah Jazz are getting, I mean, this is honestly driving me crazy. They're so good. It drives me crazy. All right, can we just start top to bottom? Will Hardy's so freaking good. He's a top. I mean, I don't know if there's anyone out there I'd trade Will Hardy for. I mean, I think he needs some experience just because he hasn't been like the head seat, you know, and making substitutions and in-game adjustments, but he's already really good at it, you know, and he's figuring things out with clock time situations. So it's kind of a development year a little bit for Will Hardy, but he's already freaking awesome. The system they play is so smooth and easy to understand. Players come in and they just figure it out. Also, it gets the best out of every player because it's setting them up to do the things that they do well. I mean, the more you get into basketball, the Jazz had such a hardcore system the last 3-4 years with Quinn Snyder, basically 5-6 years. And it was just so rote, and you had to be in these spots, and it was effective. You know, it wasn't that the system the Jazz ran before wasn't effective, because it was. They scored a lot of points. But man, it became like the system was like the star of the show. And what we have now is a more open, flowing system that adheres to the strengths of the players. Everything is designed to set them up to do the shots that they do well at. And it's amazing. And so someone like Kelly Olynyk is getting open shots and taking them. Tonight, look at this. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, he was just incredible. And I just have a hard time. I mean, this is why I think Danny Ainge is going to be like, what is going on? But I don't know if we're going to see Kelly. I mean, this is Kelly Olynyk from the beginning of the year. Remember when the season started and Kelly Olynyk was shooting literally like 65% from 3 for like a month? And that was part of the reason why the Jazz went. I mean, honestly, one of the major reasons the Jazz were like 10-3 to start the season was Kelly Olynyk was going out of his mind. Well, he's kind of doing it again. 4 for 4 from 3, 5 for 6 from the field. He's had a really nice road trip. 10 rebounds, 2 assists. He just is such an unselfish player. I mean, everyone who hates on Kelly Olynyk, this is like 3 games in a row he's been incredible. And I don't see the haters saying much, you know? So if you're going to hate on a guy, have the same energy talking good about him as well, right? That's one thing with Jazz fandom sometimes, and not necessarily the YouTube community, because you guys are better. Honestly, the YouTube community is the best community. It is the best. Twitter is a cesspool. It is an absolute cesspool pit of darkness with a side of sad, with a little bit of depression frosting on top. But anyways, like, it's just like people on that stupid website and app just have to find some player to become like the whipping boy of the team. And Kelly Olynyk is one of those guys. And, you know, we've treated Rudy Gay like that, even though Rudy Gay has played really well since the trade deadline. Holy smokes. But you know what? Props to Kelly Olynyk. Say nice things about Kelly Olynyk on twitter.com. Okay. Say nice things. I am coming here. I am a representative of the Order of Markkanen. The Order of Markkanen has arrived. He is the leader of our order and all those who adhere to its principles. Lauri Markkanen is a dominant NBA superstar. I am here to declare it on this day. Now I'm going to make my headache worse. But Lauri Markkanen is a superstar. He really is. I think he might be top 15 player in the league. I should probably do a list because I honestly, you know why you win games like this? When you have a superstar on your team. You know? You put Kevin Durant on this team and they'd be doing a lot of what they're doing right now, right? Probably a little bit better because, you know, Kevin Durant is just incredible in every aspect. But, I mean, Markkanen's not far off, and he's probably putting up just about the same numbers. He is so good. And I think there's a world where he gets close to that level if he can just keep developing, because he has a lot of the advantages that Kevin Durant has. If Kevin Durant wasn't 7 feet tall, if Kevin Durant was 6'5", he wouldn't be the same player, right? One of the things that gives Kevin Durant such an advantage is he's so tall. And that's the thing in basketball. It's so much about creating advantage. You know, you create space to get your shot off. Players spend so many hours with footwork. And footwork, what's footwork for? It's to create space. You know, if some guy's crowding you, you learn how to step through their legs and push them back and create space so you can go to the rim or take a shot. Well, when you're 7 feet tall and you have legs that long, you can create that much more space and you can rise and fire that much higher. And so Lauri Markkanen has those same innate advantages. Now, he's not the same level as Kevin Durant. I'm not here to say Lauri Markkanen is Kevin Durant, because he's not. Kevin Durant's like a top 10 player or top 15 player of all time, you know. But Lauri Markkanen can get to a high level, and I don't know if he'll I'm never say never, but I think he can be close. Why not? He's 7 feet tall. He can shoot it from every spot on the floor. He drives to the rim. He plays with force. He dunks on people. He rebounds the ball. He tries on defense. I think that's where an edge goes to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's a better defender. But Markkanen tries. He plays with effort. He's 7 foot tall and he's got long arms. And I don't know if he's got as long a wingspan, but he tries. So it's hard to lose games when you've got Lauri Markkanen on your team. He's really, really good. He does everything well. Everything. Andrew Streeter, $4.99. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it a lot. Can't we all just breathe? Jazz are in great shape no matter where they finish. Insane war chest of assets, an elite coach, a top 20 guy, and a Kessler. Yeah, and we haven't even gotten to Kessler. And I completely agree, Andrew. I think one thing is going to happen. We're going to not have nights like this where we have Jordan Clarkson shoot 6 for 8 from 3 and Kelly Olynyk going 4 for 4 from 3. We shouldn't have won this game, to be honest. Like they just, two guys got really hot that don't shoot like this every single night. I mean, Clarkson, it's a little less surprising. He had a bad 3-point night the game before. Tonight, he, 6 for 8 is phenomenal. And then, of course, Kelly Olynyk, I mean, that was the game right there. That won the game. Him shooting lights out from 3. So we'll see if that keeps up, because we've seen slumps from Olynyk as well. And everyone, like I said, on the Twitter app, likes to just treat him like he's a leper. And so, just appreciate it when they're good. And honestly, it's the Jazz really do need to get to a 7 spot, guys, because here's the thing. Walker Kessler is a rookie, and he's already awesome. Just like Andrew said. Lauri Markkanen, we have a star. I think he's probably a number 2, but I think we've now proven at this point that if you put a superstar next to Lauri Markkanen, you're going to win a lot of basketball games, and you could be a contender, Like the Phoenix Suns just got Kevin Durant, and they put him next to Devin Booker. Why can't Lauri Markkanen be on the level of Devin Booker? I think so. I think Devin Booker is a 2 on a championship team. And so I don't see why Lauri Markkanen can't be that, And I think Walker Kessler is going to be an elite starting NBA center. I don't know if he's ever going to be an all-star. I saw Tony Jones mentioning that, and maybe. Never say never. But I think he can be an elite defensive center. But the thing that's so good about Walker Kessler is his hands. His hands are unbelievable. They're unbelievable. And with his height, 7 feet, when that ball's in the air and you've got someone like with hands like Walker Kessler who can get the ball at the apex above other guys, I mean, that's such an advantage for him. and he's got soft touch around the rim. And so I could just see him getting better. Like if what if Walker Kessler comes with like a little bit better body fat percentage? Let's say he builds maybe a couple pounds of muscle and he's just even more strong and quick and lean next year. It's gonna be freaking awesome. Let's just hope he does it. Can you just build on what you are? Tonight wasn't a particularly jaw-dropping night for Kessler. He has 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 for 3. He had a little bit of foul trouble, which is part of this, but look at that. 2 steals, 2 blocks. Foul trouble was kind of the story for him tonight, but man, is he good. And he's got things he can get better. I think one of the big things is he takes pump fakes too quick. I mean, if you pump fake Walker Kessler, he's biting. And so he's got to learn when to jump, when not to, and that just comes with experience. And that's the other thing that's so nice about what the Jazz are doing right now. Like, the Jazz are going to lose more games. I'm sorry, guys. I could be wrong. I could always be wrong, but I just don't see Kelly Olynyk shooting like this. Ochai Agbaji, by the way, starting to look really nice. But yeah, Kelly Olynyk and Jordan Clarkson are not going to shoot combined 10 for, what is that? 10 for 12? Crazy. So it's not going to happen every night. So the Jazz will lose some games, but this is really great. I mean, who else? I'm enjoying the heck out of this. I just watch it and it's just like, I can't help but laugh. And Will Hardy's such a good coach. He's so good. He gets the best out of everybody. We have washed up Rudy Gay still providing something, Udoka Azubuike is looking better. Just like go down the line. Talen Horton-Tucker last game had 23 points and 7 assists on 8 for 12 shooting. It's crazy. Tonight he plays just 18 minutes because Will Hardy's not like Quinn Snyder. He will bench you if he needs to win a game. Not like last year where it's just like we're going to let our bad players play. If they're having a bad night, oh well. He rotates and he switches people in. And if someone's having a big night, he keeps them in. Anyways, Walker Kessler, Lauri Markkanen, they are the future 2 pieces. And then Ochai Agbaji is going to be a rotation player for this team. I don't know if he'll be on this team for 10 years. Who knows? Maybe if he really develops, but he can shoot the ball. I mean, that's one thing we've learned for sure. And look at this. Ochai Agbaji, just 6'5", got nice size, nice length. He defends. And look at this. Rookie season, 40% 3-point shooter. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Danny Ainge is a demon. Danny Ainge is a devil demon. Look at this. He's having a 48% from the field, 40% from 3. The free throw percentage is because he doesn't take any. He doesn't really drive to the rim very much right now. That will improve, but yeah. This is I'm ignoring because he's taking not even one every 2 games. So this will go up when he gets more time at the rim, but man, he is just another nice prospect for the Jazz, and so the more they can play him, the better. Colin Sexton is hitting big-time shots, and he plays his heart out. Look at this, plus 10 for Sexton. Goes 50% from the field. He only took 1 3, but he takes 5 free throws, 6 assists. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, he's figuring, it's crazy. I can't. It's unbelievable. They're just really good. You look at the Jazz starting lineup. Kelly Olynyk, I mean, for everything everyone says, is a NBA rotation player. Probably not a starter on most playoff teams. Lauri Markkanen is an NBA All-Star starter. Walker Kessler is going to get first-team All-Rookie. He is going to make multiple All-Defensive teams in his career. He is going to possibly make an All-Star team. We'll see about that. Hard to make it at the center with how many good centers there are, but he's going to be an all-defensive player, and he's going to be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate for multiple years, year after year. Jordan Clarkson, high-level rotation player. Colin Sexton, high-level rotation player. Ochai Agbaji is an elite 3-point shooter now, and he defends, so he's an NBA rotation player. Talen Horton-Tucker, every once in a while, will have a night. And Udoka Azubuike, well, he's doke. And Udoka Azubuike is basically throwing a firecracker in a bucket, and we just find out what happens. But it's fun to watch, and he's like, I still sometimes he'll make crazy plays, and I'll be like, holy smokes, we're gonna win this game because Udoka. I mean, even tonight it was not a very good night for Doke, and he had 9 rebounds, and he was perfect from the field, and He did have, let's see, 4 points. Did he have any turnovers? Yeah, 2 turnovers. He'll have some bonkers turnovers. I don't even know if he'll be on the Jazz next year. We'll see, but Doak will make some plays. And then Fontecchio was a plus 15. That's how that happens because he goes 0 for 3. He did get a nice block shot. Did he get 2 blocks? I think he's figuring out. Tonight, he looked a little different to me. I think one of the things with Fontecchio is he knows he can shoot the ball, and so he gets in and he's just like, I got to shoot the ball. This is how I contribute, is I shoot the ball. And it's not always within the offense. It's not always like the best shot. I mean, he's a good 3-point shooter, so if he gets a clean look, it's a good shot, but he just forces it. But I saw some things defensively, especially that block. He looked a little more like maybe he's figuring something out. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the team next year and they start. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what his contract is. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, so he's going to be on the Jazz next year, and we'll see how he goes. But it looked like he was developing a little bit, so kind of fun. Damian Jones didn't play. Juan Toscano Anderson didn't play. So if the Jazz have injuries, we might see them. So the Jazz continue to be deep. They're gonna. I don't know. I think the Jazz are going to end up at the 7 spot. So let's talk about that a little bit. You guys all know my stance. I think it's important the Jazz come out of this draft with a nice player to build next to Markkanen and Kessler, so that it fits that timeline. You don't want to have different timelines like we did with Donovan and Rudy. You know, if you can get players on the same timeline or as close as you can, kind of like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, if you can get 2 players on that same timeline, then you can get that continuity and continue to develop year after year after year. Although I don't remember, Jaylen Brown was drafted like, what, 2 years after Tatum? I can't remember. Before? I don't even know who's... I'm not sure. But they're pretty close, and that's kind of the idea. If you can get someone that's on the same timeline with Kessler and as close as you can to Markkanen. I mean, Markkanen is 4, 3. How old is he? He's 25. So you need somebody, you know? You don't want to wait 4 or 5 years to get a guy developing so that when Markkanen over these next 2-3 years hits his prime, you're not able to do anything with it. You know? So anyways, with this win, the Jazz rise to the 13 spot. Pretty soon this OKC team is going to pass them. I just don't see the Jazz winning these games. All right, so that's all I got tonight. Thank you again, Andrew, for the donation. I appreciate it a lot. All right, let's see here. Oh, and I'm sorry about last. Oh, 2 things. So I deleted my other NBA channel. This is the channel. I'm going to do NBA content here. We're going to do the post-game shows, but I'm also going to do the NBA production shows here because we already have the following here. Why would I do 2 separate? It just didn't work. I thought I'd do it. I just didn't work out. Didn't go kind of how I thought, and I just kind of enjoy using this channel. So I'm going to just use this channel. This is going to be my Hoops Nerd channel, and we'll do NBA videos here as well as live post games. The videos will be mostly NBA focused, but the post games will be Jazz focused. And then maybe I'll do other lives, you know, NBA draft night and things like that. So I just want to grow this channel. It's one of my favorite things I do. You know, out of this and SLC Dunk, it's just really fun. And I appreciate everyone who supports the channel. I would love to just grow this channel to be something more. I mean, that's the dream. Do this, make it huge. So anyways, that's what I did. Called the Hoops Nerd channel. It's not Hoops Nerd Jazz anymore. It's just Hoops Nerd. And this is it. And I missed out on that handle, that URL, because they don't let me change it. Stupid Google. But oh well. Okay. Anyways, that, and I'm sorry about last show. My computer and the internet, whatever it was, just had to restart my computer and it worked better. And I can't restart my computer when I go live. So that's the thing with lives. I know we love the lives and they're fun, but sometimes if you go live and something goes wrong in the middle, kind of screwed. So that is basically what happened. So let me pull up my dumb computer. I don't know, man. Sometimes I swear Windows, and I have a Windows, but sometimes I swear like they do just updates. Me crazy. All right, let's do this. So the Utah Jazz are now sitting at 13. They have one extra loss than Oklahoma City and Portland, so that's a good sign, but they keep winning games, so that's not good. So guys, go root for Portland, root for Oklahoma City, root for Washington, root for Toronto. That win against Toronto was bad. And root for the Lakers. I know it goes against your soul, but this stupid Lakers team needs to pass us up. Because if we can get to this 7 spot, this is where I think we're going to end up. Chicago's trying. Everyone else is trying. The Jazz have traded away players to lose games. We're probably ending up here. If we get lucky, maybe we can pass up Indiana, but they're actively tanking, so. By the way, they're tanking in a worse way. They're actually resting players. The Jazz don't rest players just to lose. All right, let's see. Who do you think we're getting if the lottery was today? Oh, Indiana jumps. The spot we need to get is 6, and they get number 4, which probably gets them Amen Thompson or Brandon Miller. Orlando jumps to 3. Chicago jumps 5 spots, keeps their pick, and gets the number 2 and Scoot Henderson. That's crazy. And then Detroit gets Victor Wembanyama. So 13, what does that get us? Anthony Black. Nice player. He's kind of a fill-in-the-gap player that can do a lot of different things. He passes, he shoots. Not something I want to get. I want to get to here because Cason Wallace, did they just update this? I'm not as huge on Cason Wallace. People are comparing Cason Wallace to Drew Holiday. And I guess I just need to watch him more. But apparently his comp is Drew Holiday. Cam Whitmore, baby. Right there. And then Nick Smith Jr. I'm falling in love with him a tiny bit. He is so smooth. And then the Thompson twins at 4 and 5. Wow. All right, let's give a shout out to our All-Stars tonight. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I appreciate you so much. And if you would like to join, if you would like to support the channel, hit join, and we will make you. If you join All-Stars, you get the nickname. You're a producer of the show. All right, let's give a shout out to the man from down under, Ezekiel Ricibe. See ya, Alexa later. Built Ford Tough, Alexander Tufts, Jared Chanderbilt, Shantheric, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de Bajo, Baby Elliott Matson, Jordan the Goat Best Roll, Just Buckets JB, Zap Watts, Total Game Domination TGD, Christian House Money to Haas, Tyson Price, The Price is Right, X marks the spot for Zintas, Joshua Hansen, The Danish Destroyer, Austin R. Grant, Editor Extraordinaire, Donald Schooley, schooling all of us, TW to DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer, Patrick Akubo, the Connoisseur, and Robert Hall of Fame. All right, guys, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it very much. I don't have anything else to add. Oh, and if you can go sign up for PrizePicks, it's the best sponsorship ever. I really love PrizePicks and what they do for me. Guys, I will talk to you next time. Make sure that you have a nice night. That was the worst ending ever. I will talk to you next time.